Welcome to Ask Lagos on the Streets, a groundbreaking initiative designed to connect the vibrant citizens of Lagos with their government. In a city bustling with energy, culture, and diverse perspective, we believe that every voice matters. Our mission is simple: to take the conversation from online to the streets of Lagos. As we engage with Lagosians from all walks of life, we'll be asking a crucial question. If you have the opportunity to ask the Lagos State government one question, what would it be? This is your opportunity to share your thoughts, concerns, and aspirations directly with those in power. Join us on this exciting journey as we empower Lagosians to speak up and engage with their government. Together, let's shape the future of Lagos, one question at a time.
I have a question to ask Lagos State concerning VIO officers. What are they actually doing about them? The way they are harassing the motorists.
Well, thank you so much. First, let me correct the impression that they are harassing motorists. They are not. They are only doing their job. But if you say they can do it in a better way, you may be right. If you say they should not do it at all, you are wrong. Because if you don't have law officers on the road, that means you are inviting chaos. It's just that we always talk about our rights and our privileges. We do not talk about our responsibilities. Why will a man drive a car with broken windshield? Why will a man drive a car that has a bad door? Why will somebody drive a car that has bad tires? These are the things that VIOs check, and they are the things that can prevent accidents. Little things that we can do to prevent accidents. So for us to say that the VIOs are trying to enforce the law in this regard, and people are saying that they are harassing motorists, I do not think it's right. Can they do the job better? Fine, they can do it in a better way. And another point that I need to make about the VIOs is that the Lagos State government is organizing massive training for them, train them in their emotional intelligence, how they can handle various situations, how they can get people out of trouble and get themselves out of trouble too. So the training is on the way, and it's going to be a continuous exercise.
What are the government doing about the height of transportation in Lagos State?
I'm appealing to Lagos State federal government, Lagos State government. You can please reduce the cost of transportation. We will be happy.
What the government is doing is not enough to cause a massive shift in what we have on the ground now, in the sense that people feel, and justifiably too, that transport fares are high. Well, it is understandable. Most of the vehicles that we are using in Lagos, the cost of replacement is very high because of the dollar-naira rate. So it is very high not to get brand new vehicles now to join the aging fleet that we have in the city. It's not something that the government can do all alone. It's something we have to do with the private sector. When government runs public transportation, government does so on a subsidy basis. You do not run public transportation and expect to make a profit as a government. You have to subsidize. And once in a while, Lagos State government has done this. I remember when the COVID problem came, Lagos State government came to say that all of the fares that people were paying on government vehicles, be it on the trains, on the waterways, the boats, and on the buses, Lagos State government slashed everything by 50% and later reduced to 25%. Today we understand, we know the cost of this is very high, and like I said, the cost of spare parts, buying tires for buses, buying other spare parts, the cost is very high because all of these things are imported and they are based on the naira dollar rate. So this is why it is very difficult for transportation fares to just go down in the state. But the government will not give up. At a point, government will have to make a decision. whether to subsidize people in this private sector or to just find a way of doing it. And part of what we want to do is to bring in as many CNG buses as possible, believing that if most of our buses are using CNG, it will be very good for our climate change battle, and it will be very good for cost of running transportation. And once the cost is down, there is no way fares will not go down.
My question is, what are the benefits artisans can get from the government? Thank you.
So many benefits that artisans can get from the Lagos State government. There is Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. They have about 21 skills acquisition centers. All of the people who go to these skill acquisition centers, they go there without paying a dime. It's very free. It's run without charges, and they are taught how to upgrade their skills. They are taught on how to learn their own trade. They are taught on how to use machines that they have at these skill acquisition centers. And at the end of the day, they are not left to their own devices. They are given equipment to go and start their own businesses. There is also the Ministry of Wealth Creation. That one is the one that actually deals with artisans. It has a database of people who are in the automobile industry, repairs, mechanical technicians. It has a database of plumbers. It has a database of so many artisans who are in groups. And these people, once or twice in a year, they are brought together to be empowered. They are given equipment that can help them in their businesses. And some of them are even shown how to get loans and grants. Government gives them grants to advance their trade. And these are, I think, some of the things that the government is doing. People who are interested in one trade or the other, they are taken to skills acquisition centers, and then they are trained for 6 months, 3 months, and once they pass out, they are not left to their own devices. They are given equipment to go and start trading. And those who are already in it, we have their database at the Ministry of Wealth Creation, and they are given equipment that can advance their work. And apart from that, they also get grants for them to be able to do their work and expand their businesses.
I want to ask, why can't Lagos State clear all these drug addicted out of the street so everybody will be free to walk anytime you want to walk?
Well, the drug problem is real, and all of us, we have seen it. It's not something that is to be left to the government alone to tackle. It's all of us, because it's a societal problem which is global, not peculiar to Lagos State. And what is the government doing? Those who are affected by the drug problem, we do not allow them to just stray on the streets to go about. Some of them can be wide, others they just constitute environmental nuisance. So what we do as a government is to take them off the street, to pick them up and send them to our mental homes. And mental health is a very serious matter in Lagos State. Many people do not consider mental health as a big problem. We do not belong to that kind of a group. We consider it as a very big problem in Lagos. And that is why the administration of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, is building what is going to be the biggest mental health center in sub-Saharan Africa. It's not going to just, it's about a 500-bed hospital, and it's not just going to be a mental hospital, it's also going to be a rehabilitation center, so that when people get healed, weaned off a drug, they can also be rehabilitated in a way that they regain their full normalcy and then return to the society. So for us in Lagos, it's a problem that we are tackling in so many areas. We are recruiting more mental health officers, and we are also training people in that sector to be able to handle such problems. And apart from that, we are doing advocacy, stepping it up to show our young people that a life of drug is not the kind of life they should live, because it destroys. And so we're also calling on parents to join us in this kind of advocacy, because like I said, it's not a problem that government alone can resolve all alone. It's a battle for all of us to fight.
My question to the government is what are they doing about job opportunity for the youth? I'm a typical example. I'm a graphic designer and I'm still looking for work as I am right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. The government is doing a lot in terms of job opportunities for the youth. What people should try to do is to take advantage of all the windows of opportunities that are being opened. We have a Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. As of the last count, thousands of people have gone to Lagos State Employment Trust Fund with their proposals. Instead of becoming job seekers, today they are employers of labor. People work under them. So it's the kind of money that people get as loans from Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Is the kind of money that the interest is so low that people are jumping at it. All you need to do is to just convince them that you are putting the money in the proper use, and that what you say you will do with the money is what you are doing with the money. Once you have a business plan and you think money is the problem, go to Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And apart from that, in the area of science, Lagos State government has pulled down about 1 billion for Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council. Anybody who has an idea that he feels that money is the stumbling block can go to the council and then take money, which he doesn't need to pay back. It's a grant. All you need to is to convince the council that your innovation is something that can make an impact in the society. And there are some of those such innovations that are making that have gotten here from Lagos onto the global stage. So that one is there. If you are in the movie or creative industry, there's also 250 million that is set aside by the state government for people who don't have money to spend on their movies. You can go there and collect such a grant. There's a committee that is headed by people who know the industry, who are also themselves practitioners, who will look at what you have to present. And once it's okay by them, they okay it, and you get the money, and you don't have to pay any interest on the money. And apart from that, there are so many others opportunities in sports, and even direct jobs in the civil service. Thousands of young people have been employed into the civil service in the era of this present administration of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the governor. So I feel that all of these are opportunities that our young people should look at. They are there. All they need to do is just to look at it. Although we know that the government cannot employ everybody, so we are also collaborating with the private sector to do so many things. We take on every year thousands of young people for internship. They are taken to companies to go and learn how to become employable. And some of those people who are taken to companies in the private sector, some of them have been employed by many companies who have found them to be worthy of employment. So these are also opportunities that young people should take advantage of. In agric, young people are being trained on how to become farmers and to see farming as a noble profession. It's often said that there is no farmer, there is no nation, because all of us we need to feed. So young people are interested in farming. They are being given the opportunity. Every year, Ministry of Agric organizes training for them, and when they are on training, they are not. When they are being trained, they are not just left alone. They also get allowances. The same thing as people on internship too. They get allowances. So these are some of the opportunities that are open to young people who are looking for jobs, who want to do things that are noble and worthy in Lagos to take advantage of.
The question I have for the Lagos State government is, when are we going to have regular power supply?
Thank you so much. The question of regular, reliable power supply is a question that faces us every day. All of us, we are working towards it, we desire it, and we know that that is what can help us to industrialize, can help small businesses to grow, and can help so many people to stay in employment. So Lagos State government under Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor, is doing so much to ensure that Lagos has credible, reliable, and sustainable power supply. That's why we've been at the forefront of the unbundling of that sector. And thank God, the new law that has been passed now enables states to put their destiny in their hands as far as power supply is concerned. And in Lagos, we have domesticated the law, and we have unbundled that sector, and we are inviting the private sector to join us so that we can, it's not an investment that the government alone can make. So private sector people, they are interested in coming on board to join the government of Lagos State to ensure that in terms of power generation, transmission and distribution, we can expand, we can have enough that we enable Lagosians to enjoy 24 hours power supply. So it is the law that has just been made, and we are doing a lot of advocacy around it. A lot of discussions are going on so that people can bring investment into that sector. Now that they have seen that the law protects their investment and the law empowers them to come in, and then they know that the return on investment in Lagos is very high. So we know that very soon we shall begin to see the effect of more investment in the sector. So by the time people bring in investments into the sector, and people will feel it, it's going to show. In some areas in Lagos, it's already showing because of even the kind of modification that has been done to the system we have at present. So I feel that the unbundling of the system, which has been a very big hindrance before the unbundling, that one taken out of the way is now going to open the door for investments to come into the sector. And once investments come in, of course, everybody will feel it in regular, stable power supply. Thank you.
I don't know what they want to do for us concerning this house renting in Lagos. Where exactly? Agents. The money they put on the house rent is too much. They will ask us to pay agreements, commission damages, and so forth. And I don't know what this is leading us to, because it's making it difficult for masses to rent out business.
Thank you so much. There has been so many complaints from people talking about landlords increasing rent arbitrarily. This, I think, is not good, but we have to realize the facts, the reality that we have to face. It's a question of supply and demand. Once supply is more than demand, it's fine, but once demand is trumps supply, it's a very big problem. Then it becomes a battle of the fittest. Now the kind of number of housing stock that we have cannot match the number of people who demand accommodation all of the time here in Lagos State. Like we usually say, Lagos is a victim of its own sources. People are coming to Lagos in their thousands every day, and they don't leave. They hardly leave, they hardly go back. And this number, the huge number we are talking about, puts so much pressure on the infrastructure in the state. And building shelter is a basic need of human beings. It's very difficult for government to be able to provide for everybody. So people in the private sector, they come into the business to provide houses, and then they need to recoup their investment. But the government is not going to allow tenants to suffer. Neither is it going to allow landlords to regret their investment. So the tenancy law that we are operating now, we have made some modifications to it, and the law has been taken to the House of Assembly, which is looking at it. And once it's come back, it's kind of offer protection for to the landlord, and then protection to the tenant too, so that everybody feels like a winner. Nobody is going to lose. The man who's investing is not going to have losses on investments. The ones who want accommodation will also get what he wants at a reasonable price. So there's going to be a lot to regulate that aspect. You do not have to, as a local, as a landlord, you do not have to increase rent arbitrarily, because it's not something that we wish people should engage in Lagos. Because first, we have to see ourselves as true Lagosians who deserve to stay here. But like I said, it's a question of demand and supply. The government is not going to allow a kind of chaos in the system or in the sector. So that is why we are bringing up this law for the House of Assembly to look at it, get it modified. The Executive Council has already passed it on to the House of Assembly, and we are expecting them to do what is needed to be done, so that we can begin to operate the law, so that everybody in that sector, either the people who demand accommodation or the people who are providing accommodation, they will not, neither of the two sides will think of the fact that we think that he's been cheated. Everything is going to be normalized. Thank you.
Ask Lagos. Building a better Lagos, one conversation at a time.